Hey, I'm Erica,
And I'm Arian.
and this is Friend with the capital F.
We're just two friends with tummy troubles and heartburn having honest conversations about real life, friendship, and the lessons we're learning along the way.
So if this sounds like your cup of tea or coffee, welcome to our group chat out loud.
Take what you need and leave what you don't. And we're live.
Oh, I like that intro.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Happy Saturday.
Whoop whoop. Welcome back to Friend with a capital F.
Today we have a few things for y'all. We are going to do our F report like we always do, question of the week. And then we will be going over the silent patient part 2.
Whoop whoop.
And then we will be doing something else at the end.
Yes, I guess it's a surprise.
Nah, it doesn't have to be a surprise. We can tell them.
No, let's keep it a surprise.
Okay.
Let's keep it a mystery. Why
Okay.
not?
Yeah, you guys have to stay until the end. Trust.
Yeah. Trust. How was your week?
My week was good. It got even better at the end. You know, Friday.
Oh. TGIF.
Yeah. How was your week, friend?
It was good. Oh, well, I don't know. It wasn't the best. Not me lying right off the bat.
That's funny.
Yeah, actually, it was kind of a rough week, but it was fine. I feel better now. You know,
Good.
like I feel like today's a good day.
Yeah.
Yesterday was a good day.
Okay, good.
But yeah.
Good.
Yeah. What do you want to?
Yeah, I'll start off with the F report.
Okay.
So my FML
Yes.
is that I thought I had one more day to finish about 6 chapters of this certificate that I am working on. And I literally was going crazy, struggling in my head,
Like panicking.
yeah, panicking. Am I going to get this done? Because I kind of just wanted to get it over with. But then I realized my flourish.
Mm-hmm.
My
Okay,
flourish
love
is
it.
that I realized on Friday when I was messaging with, some people, they told me I still had one more week left. So I'm thankful for that because I needed that.
Were you
And
telling her, like, I don't know how I'm going to finish 6 chapters today? And
Yeah.
she was like, girl.
I was telling the group and I was like, I'm stressing out. Like, are we really supposed to be finished with this today? Like, next week we start and I was just confused.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you still have one more week. I was like, oh my God. I
Thank
put so
God.
much pressure, like, on myself because I thought I was supposed to be done. But no, I still have one more week. So,
That's good.
whoop, whoop.
Nice. How many chapters are even in that? So, like, if you have 6 left, how many have you gone over?
Oh my God. I don't even know. That book is huge. I don't know. I just know that I am on the digestive portion of the
Yeah.
book, and I know that there's still 6 chapters
Yeah.
left. And like,
The first few are, like, large chapters,
Oh
too.
my
so I feel like
God.
the back ones are not as...
yeah, and like I changed my strategy. I did because before I was like reading the manual, and then I was watching the video,
Mhm.
and then after watching the video, I was doing the exams, and then that just took like my whole day for one chapter.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm not even reading the manual. I'm not reading the book at all. All I'm doing is watching the YouTube video
yeah.
and then doing the exams and then doing the practice test, and that's it.
Yeah, and if you need more information, then you can read the
Yeah.
manual. Like, if you need a little bit more clarification or
Yeah.
something. But, I mean, because the video is supposed to be helping you learn it without having to read the manual, right?
Yeah, well, the YouTube video is like, it's the instructor basically just going over what she thinks is going to be on the exam.
Okay.
So it's not really explaining certain things to me, but I will go back if I need more explaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Amber's
anyways.
here with the delivery.
Yay! Let's try it. My best friend came in with a cup of coffee. Coffee?
AKA my
Coffee?
boo.
Okay. Oh my God. That's so good.
Do you want some?
No, because I don't want to die. Let me just have another sip.
Rooster was
That's
sniffing
10-10.
the,
Wow.
he was trying to sniff the mic earlier.
Rooster was trying
Let
to
me try
talk.
it.
No, that coffee that my best friend made,
It's good.
delicious.
Give the recipe to the listeners.
Yes, let's hear it.
Secret recipe.
Oh, it's secret.
Just because I don't remember.
Wow.
My noggin?
Well, anyways, it's really delicious. You can still taste the coffee, which is important.
I'll tell you the recipe.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that was your flourish.
Yeah.
Did you finish your... You said if you need more clarification, then you go read the manual.
Yeah, I go read the manual. So, no, like, that's it. Really, you guys didn't even need to know about that, but there's some extra tidbits about my life.
Yeah. My FML is probably, like I said, I had a rough week. I feel like, you have those weeks where, like, your mind is just against you. And that's what I was having. So, I just felt like it was a heavy week. But, my flourish is Saturday we went and did rock painting with our friend Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so fun. We do it with her name is Sarah, and her mom. And they're just so artsy. And, like, every time we go over there, we just paint or something.
Yeah.
So, it was just fun. We painted rocks. Like, it sounds so lame, but it was just fun.
I saw the rocks. They're so cute.
Yeah. Amber did one of a little alien beaming up a cow. And then I did a cat butthole.
Yeah, it was cute.
Yeah. And there's a couple more. But it was just fun. It's just nice to hang out with friends. And they're the kind of friends that you don't have to, like, be on the whole time for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can just... Like, we were in silence sometimes, and that's just nice. You don't have to feel like...
You have to talk or something.
Yeah, and we do talk, but you get what I mean. It's just nice. So that's my flourish. And, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So now we'll do our question of the week.
Yes. Our question of the week is, what's a time you've trusted your gut and you were right?
You want to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
You want me to go first? Okay. Well, let me tell you, I actually had some struggles figuring out what to talk about for this, because I kind of felt like, in an interview when they ask you to tell you about a time or something.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, and it's like you had to kind of take something and, like, make it bigger than what it is, to, like, fit. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I felt. Like,
okay.
I was like, I can't think of one specific time that I trusted my gut and I was right. Mm-hmm. And I think that has a lot to do with, like, I have very anxious thinking.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to know when something is, like, my gut versus when it's, like...
Anxiety.
Yeah. So I think that's something I'm still trying to figure out. I think that... Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really have an answer.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I had a hard time with this question too.
Really?
Yeah. I was sitting there trying to figure out, like, when did I trust my gut? Like, why can't I think of anything?
I know.
And I did write some stuff down. And kind of want to talk about, I guess, how I landed this job was because I did trust my gut, and it was right. Yeah. So, this job that I have now, I found it on, I don't remember if it was on Indeed or LinkedIn, but I had saved it on my email, and I would delete all my emails and then just keep that one. And then I did that for about a week.
With this one?
Yeah, with this one. And I'm just, because it just felt like something that I wouldn't get hired for, And then I was like, well, if I open it today and it's, it's
closed.
Still, if it's not closed, then I'll apply and then see where it goes. And so a week went by and I was like, whatever, I'm just going to try it. And I clicked on it and then it was still open. So I applied and I got the job and here I am. So I don't know. It may not be like me trusting my gut. It was just more of me being like...
You had a knowing or something.
Yeah, almost. Like, you know what? Let me just try it, you know? And then I did have another one. It's kind of small too. It was back when I was younger. I think this was before I got into nursing school. It definitely was before I got into nursing school. And we went to Eagle Pass, which is where I was born. And we went to go visit my uncle. It was me, my mom, and my dad. I don't know who else came. Maybe my sisters came, but I can't remember. And I was looking at my uncle, and something was off.
Yeah.
Something was off. So I was like, are you feeling okay? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, are you sure? And he'd be like, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you need to go to the doctor
like
or something.
Visually, or you just had like an inkling?
No, like literally for me, visually, something was wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, like I could tell something was wrong. And I would be like looking at my parents like, can you guys not tell that he's sick or something, you know? And so they were just like, no. And I'm like, you know, and then I think, I mean, for me, he's like older. And so like I respect him and I'm not going to be like, you need to go get checked,
yeah,
you know?
pushing it on him.
But I was just like, are you okay? Like, do you feel sick? Are you hurting anywhere, you know? Trying to just get information, but without being too pushy.
Yeah.
And then later on, my dad tells me that he found out that he had stomach cancer.
That same day?
No, it wasn't the same day.
Okay.
But like he went to the doctor, I guess like on a regular checkup because he wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
After I literally had said that he didn't look good.
Oh my God.
And it ended up being stomach cancer.
Like it was already affecting his body and he didn't even notice. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I did. And so that's one thing where I'm like, now I feel like if something's wrong or like if I feel like there's something up, I'm just going to say something. Like even if it is a older family member, I just felt I didn't have that. Like, I'm not a doctor, you know, I'm not like, I just felt like
I mean, you're a nurse.
Yeah. But I wasn't at the time.
Yeah.
So I felt like I shouldn't have said anything, but I'm glad that I did.
Yeah.
I don't know if that pushed him to go and get checked or it was because he got sick and then he went to go check, but I just knew that there was something wrong. Yeah. So anyways, that's all.
I feel like since it was coming from a place of like worry, it wasn't like you were just trying to be like, bro, you look bad. You know? So it's not like you were just trying to push it, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
So it's crazy that happened, but I just knew that something was wrong. I just didn't know what. So
that's crazy. I just thought of something kind of about like listening to my gut, and I don't want to say that it's like I was right, but recently I have been wanting to get a new car. Like I just want a larger car. Yeah. And so I found one on Carvana, and me and Amber were talking about it, and like I was gonna go through with it. I was like, okay, I had it in my cart and everything because on Carvana you just have to buy it online and order it. Yeah, it was weird. But like we talked through all the kind of like what ifs, like what if it's not what we expect, what if they don't give me my car back, like just all the what ifs. And so I ended up doing it. No, I didn't do it. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I said
what?
That. But I ended up like trying to go through the process of doing it. Yeah. So I put it in my cart. I put in my trade-in information and all of that stuff. Yeah. And I got to the end and it was like a 9% interest rate or something.
Oh my God.
Unless I got my own lender, which I was like, I didn't want to go through like getting my own lender. So that was also one of the things that me and Amber had talked about. I'm like, they'll probably give me a high interest rate. Yeah. But in a couple months, I'll just go refinance through the credit union or something, you know? Yeah. But I was just like, when I saw the 9% interest rate, I was just like, man, we had talked through all the like the what ifs before. Yeah. But I was just like, I just don't know. I was like, I just don't know. I feel like this is like another sign with all the other what ifs. Yeah. And so I told her, I was like, so I feel like I was listening to my gut in that moment instead of listening to like the excitement and the anticipation of getting a new car that I want so bad. So I think I wouldn't say that I was right because I have no idea if I was right or not, but you know, I think sometimes you know what the right answer is or the right thing to do. Almost like, you know, when they say like, if you can't decide between two things, flip a coin, and then like whatever it lands on, you can tell if you were like disappointed with the result or if you were like excited, then it kind of tells you which one you really want.
I didn't even, that's a good one. That's good. I'm gonna have to start doing that.
So I feel like it's kind of like that, like, you know what the right thing is to do. I think sometimes I need to listen to like the quieter voice instead of the louder, like more anxious thoughts, you know? So yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. That's just popped into my head when you were saying
I didn't know that was going on. Friend, literally, when you were talking and telling us this story, I was like, is that why your car is not outside?
No, my car is not outside because it's being rented out right now.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Our little
That's
laugh.
funny.
Little.
Oh, no.
When we
Yeah.
laugh, we have to be like. Look.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Okay, that's funny.
All right.
Okay.
So, the silent patient.
Okay, what are your thoughts over part 2?
Man, first off, it was so long.
The chapters are short. The
Yeah,
chapters
the
are
chapters-
relatively short,
Yeah.
but the part was very long.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. Right off the bat, what are you thinking?
I feel like
There are mild spoilers.
yes. So if you haven't read to this part, maybe like pause and like read and then
Yes,
come back.
we're going to be talking about part 2 specifically. So,
I don't know. This part was interesting because he did a lot of things, and by he I mean Theo.
Mm-hmm.
He did a lot of things where I was like, that is not what a psychotherapist is supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like torn between like, is he trying to help her because he's obsessed?
Yeah.
Or is he really just trying to help her because he cares? Like, he's, you know, a good psychotherapist. He's really trying to help her. So I'm like torn between the two. And then also now I'm like, now Alicia piqued my interest into like, is she doing this because she literally was in shock? Somebody killed her husband. She was in shock. And now she's silent.
Mm-hmm.
Or is she doing this like calculative, or I don't know if that's the word for it, but like,
yeah, like she has an ulterior motive.
Yes,
Yeah.
because okay, so in the book, Theo reads the Alcestis,
Mm-hmm.
and so which was interesting because you had kind of like told me about it.
I
You
was
know?
like, okay, we kind of already talked about that. Good.
Yeah, and in the book, he reads it and he finds out that so the guy basically like brings his wife back after she sacrificed herself for him.
One of the other gods
Yes.
brings her back.
Right. Oh, one of the other gods, right?
Yes.
And so he
To life.
Alcestis, that's her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. She stops talking when she gets back. So
Yeah.
then I'm like, what is it? Like, what is it? What is going on? You know? And so also when I'm like kind of going away from
It's okay,
like, you
yeah.
know, it's just so good. And like,
Some of the things that Theo was doing that we were talking about that's unconventional is
Yeah.
he's kind of digging into her personal life
yeah.
outside of the therapy. So he's going and visiting like her
Aunt.
her cousin, her brother-in-law,
Mhm.
which is something we find out that the slimy
Nasty
piece of
ass. Disgusting.
Yeah, so when he goes and visits the brother, actually the brother's like pretends that everything's fine, like
Mhm.
nothing, you know, he says that he hates Alicia, but only after because she killed his brother, right? But after he meets up with Max is the brother's name, you get an entry from Alicia's diary,
Mhm.
getting more information on their relationship, and it come to find out like he pretty much assaulted her.
Literally forced himself on her.
Yeah. And so I mean, it just gives more clarification of like, okay, that guy's not being honest.
Yeah, exactly. So like, was he the one that did something?
Yeah,
you know?
and you find out that he was the beneficiary of her husband's will.
Yeah,
So that's interesting.
exactly. So like, he took all of that,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, was he jealous of his brother and he killed him to get money?
Yeah.
And then also you find out that he supposed loved Alicia.
The brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you mean like romantically?
yeah, romantically.
Yeah, like he wanted to be with her.
He wanted to be with her. So
Yeah.
it's like, did he just want all of Gabriel, which is, you know,
The-
Alicia's husband?
Yeah.
Did he just want all of Gabriel's things?
Yeah.
You know?
Including his
His
wife.
wife. So now I'm like, Alicia did not kill him.
Yeah.
It was her brother, you
Yeah.
know?
And then from there, the Max is Gabriel's brother. Max's wife
Mhm.
tells Theo on his way out, she's like, if you want more information, go talk to Alicia's cousin, Paul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why are you laughing?
Because he goes and visits Paul and
I
he gets
know.
knocked out.
Oh my god, yeah. I was
With
like,
a baseball bat. They knock
Yeah.
him out because he's like, we don't know who you are, so they just...
yeah. I feel like when Theo went to go talk to Paul, he didn't really get too much information besides the fact that he understood why Alicia left that household.
And you find out that Lydia is the aunt, is Alicia's aunt and Paul's mother. You find out that she's really bitter towards Alicia.
Yeah.
And you also find out that Alicia painted her in a really ugly way, and Lydia hates her for that, basically. Yeah. So that's interesting. I agree, like, you can see why she left.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
The conditions of the house were poor, the conditions of the environment were poor.
Yeah.
It was just a
And,
sucky situation.
Also, you find out there too that Alicia's father also killed himself.
Yeah.
So now you have Alicia's mom died in a car accident. Alicia's father.
Well, let's go back to her mother. I don't think we ever talked about that.
Okay.
So her mother, I think, killed herself.
Oh, right. Sorry.
While
I
in
forgot.
a car accident.
Yeah.
While Alicia was in the car.
Yeah.
So that's another thing you find out in the diary entries is Alicia almost has this fear of her mother being inside her. You know, like pieces of her mother. Yeah. I feel like you see that a lot. Like, I don't remember what she said, but did you pick up on that?
No, yeah, it is. Where she fears like she's exactly like her mom.
Yeah.
So she tries to hide those pieces supposedly of her mom in her. And maybe she's scared that she's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know?
But we can go back to, like you said, to you find out that her father also.
Right.
And then after her father died, she also supposedly tried to commit suicide.
She tried to commit suicide, thankfully did not succeed.
Yes.
But Theo is trying to find out what doctor
cared for her
during that time. Yeah, because supposedly Max, which is Gabriel's brother, told Theo that Alicia tried to kill herself, but she didn't go to a hospital. And then supposedly he doesn't remember the doctor's name.
Yeah, and neither does anybody.
Yeah.
It seems like.
I know.
Oh.
So then you find out out of all of Theo's little, you know, meetups with these people from Alicia's past, he meets up with
Jean Felix.
Yeah.
Which is the manager of the studio where Alicia, keeps her paintings.
Yes. So he was an interesting guy too. You find out his background, and supposedly he loves Alicia, right? But he never visits her at the Grove.
Yep.
And then you really figure out, I think, that he doesn't love Alicia. He loves her artwork and like what her artwork does to his gallery, basically, to his benefit, right?
Brings, yeah.
So, and then you also find out that he randomly goes to Alicia's house, like through the back door, and like opens it.
Yeah, in her diary entries, so it kind of goes back in time.
Yeah.
And he just shows up. Randomly. And she seems annoyed by that.
Yeah.
She does not welcome that, you know?
Yeah, Jean Felix is like, we're besties, but Alicia's like, no, we're not.
Yeah. It seems like he also is almost obsessed with her, but like you said, only for the benefit that she brings, not really for her.
Exactly.
So, just icky. He just seems like a slimy man.
Exactly.
You know?
And the last person that he also goes and sees is Barbie.
I couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, Barbie. And Barbie is knows Alicia the most and was her next door neighbor.
Yeah. And she makes it sound like they were really close, and they met up all the time for wine, but Theo kind of notices that Barbie's just kind of like a narcissist.
Yeah,
just
literally.
likes to talk about herself.
Literally.
So I think he kind of like just met up with her as a courtesy. Like, I feel like he didn't really get much. Did he get much?
Yeah,
from her?
I feel like he got something. So okay, first off, first off, let's go back. Barbie came to the Grove to see Alicia. She saw Alicia for like 20 minutes just talking about herself, and that's it, because Alicia didn't say anything. And then later on, Theo went over there and was like trying to get information. So Barbie was like, meet me at my house. And so I'm already like, Theo, do not go to her house, bro. Like, you already went to 3 people's houses and like...
Oh, and his boss, Diomedes, or however you say his name, has told him, do not go visit anybody else.
Yeah.
Because from the very first person that he met up with, Max, Max complained to Diomedes. And so from Max, he was not supposed to be meeting with any of Alicia's people after that. Yeah. So he's
still doing it.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like, I don't know what his motive is. You know what I mean? So anyways, he goes and sees Barbie, and I'm just like, bro, that's too much. And what he finds out is a blurry photo from her phone. And supposedly this person was stalking Alicia.
That's right.
And supposedly Alicia was scared.
And confided in Barbie about that. So is that true? I don't know. But maybe, so that's like another little... So did that remind you of Yuri?
Bro, yes. Because, okay, you guys remember in the first episode when we talked about the book where I was like, Yuri's a fucking creeper because he was like all obsessed with this girl. Yeah. And he was standing outside her window watching her. And then she didn't give him the time of day. So then Yuri went off to, and remember I told you guys, I said, what if he was watching Alicia?
Yeah, you did say that.
And then, anyways, and then not just that, but he works at the Grove where Alicia is. And he specifically said he is the one that knows Alicia the best. Yeah. So now I'm like, Yuri.
Was that you in that picture?
Was that you watching her? Did you kill her husband? Yeah. What's going on?
That's what I thought when I forgot about the picture thing, but when I was reading it, I was like, okay, that kind of reminds me of Yuri, so maybe it is. Yeah. Has a connection.
Did he kill Gabriel? I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, sorry, I'm making all this noise. I took my shoes off. I don't know. I don't know about that, but I also want to give a background on Theo because it does give like background of his life, and I just wanted for you guys to know that he's doing things that he's not supposed to do, but also he's going through things in his own life.
His personal life. Yeah, with Kathy, his wife.
Yeah. And so one day he was like about to smoke a blunt, and then which he quit for a long time, but he started up again. Anyways, he was smoking, and then he saw Kathy's laptop and saw messages back and forth, or emails back and forth. And supposedly Kathy is cheating on him. So he's spiraling.
And also, since he found that out, he also, this is something I was like, about, was that he went and followed her one night to see, because she told him that she had to meet up with a friend who was in town.
Yeah, her best friend.
Yeah. And so he followed her into town one night to see if she was meeting up with somebody else, which I thought was a little creepy, but honestly, I'm like, would I do that?
Yeah. Especially if you saw those emails, like, you wouldn't trust that person anymore.
It makes you paranoid a bit, So I feel like it does kind of explain that, although I did still think it was kind of creepy that he followed her.
And not just that, but, like, he literally said after she was actually meeting up with her best friend, she wasn't even meeting up with the guy, that he was disappointed.
Yeah, like,
so I'm like, what are you disappointed about? That you didn't catch her? Or like, shouldn't you be happy that she didn't lie?
Yeah.
And he was meeting up with, I don't know.
It's almost like that flip of the coin thing. It's like, you wouldn't expect to be disappointed, but why are you disappointed?
Exactly.
That's weird.
Exactly. So,
well, after that, the next day, he goes back into work at the Grove, and there's all this commotion. The paramedics are there. the staff is like all in a tizzy. And then you go in, he goes in and he finds out that one of the other residents, Elif is like, in my head, like this big, brawny woman who is like really loud, really aggressive, but we find out that she has schizophrenia, I think, right? Because she said that the voices in her head are telling her not to trust Theo.
Exactly.
Okay, so, which is also, side note, interesting. Okay. But Elif has been stabbed in the eye. Oh, wait, I think we need to go back. Because...
Oh, talking about how she got those supplies?
Yes.
Okay.
So...
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So... Jean Felix tells Theo, if you want her to talk, give her art supplies, basically.
She'll speak through her art.
Yeah, and so that sparked Theo's interest and was like, okay, yeah, let me just grab some stuff. And so that's how, on a session, he told Alicia, hey, like, how do you feel about me bringing you your art supplies or something, and so that you can paint by yourself, basically. And so she finally did something, and it was a smile.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how she got her art supplies.
And they gave her own private studio, pretty much, which they didn't like build it or anything, but they gave her own private space to be able to do that instead of in the main art therapy studio. So what she paints is the Grove on fire.
Yeah.
And Theo carrying her. And he, in Theo's words, he says, I don't know if it's depicting me saving her from the Grove or me throwing her into the fire. Grove. But basically that's what it was. Him carrying her and the Grove being on fire. So now we can go back to when Theo comes in and Elif has been stabbed in the eye with none other than a paintbrush.
Yeah. Alicia's paintbrush.
Yeah. And so Theo goes to talk to Elif and to find out what happened. And come to find out that Elif defaced her painting by writing slut over it. But then she was also talking shit to her about how Theo was in love with her. She was just kind of like, you know, I guess provoking her.
Yeah.
You know? And just kind of, she even said, like, Theo and Alicia
sitting on a tree.
K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Yeah, that made her mad.
Yeah, so I guess that's, yeah. And then from there, Diomedes is like, you know what? We need to just stop all of this. Like, Alicia doesn't need to be in therapy anymore. She's never going to speak.
Yeah.
And basically says, Theo, sorry, like, you're not going to meet up with her anymore.
Yeah, and what do we think about that? Is he going to continue?
Well, I'm sure he's going to continue because he meets up with Alicia for the last time to tell her, you know, we're not going to be meeting again.
Yeah.
And she gives him her diary.
And then that's where it ends,
how
basically.
It ends. Yeah. Which is so interesting because I feel like she is trying to speak to him in a way without actually speaking.
Yeah.
Like she wants him to understand more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like before she did that, I was kind of like, is Alicia manipulating him? What is she doing? And then like after that, I was like, oh, I just don't know. I don't know. Like she didn't seem like, supposedly from what Barbie had said, that she didn't seem like somebody tough. Remember when she said that?
Yeah.
And so it's like, would she be tough enough to like
kill
somebody and then stab somebody in the eye with the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm like,
wait, so you think she didn't stab Elif?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Nobody saw her do it.
Elif did.
Supposedly. Elif, you know, she what's it called? The schizophrenic. Yeah. So I don't know. I just like, you know,
oh my God,
I feel
that's
like,
so true because what if
what if Elise did it on her own and saying that it was her?
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
I don't know. I'm just saying because like they're saying all this stuff about Alicia, but like nobody sees her do those things.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. We just have to keep reading. But
Yeah.
I did want to kind of go over like the highlighted stuff that I did.
Okay.
Because it kind of goes back to what we talked about. So you remember when we were talking about how Alicia felt like she had like parts of her mom in her? So I highlighted this. It says, I thought of my mother. Was she crazy? Is that why she did it? Why she strapped me into the passenger seat of her yellow Mini and sped us towards that red brick wall? And then she says, I'm terrified of myself and of my mother and me. Is her madness in my blood? Is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh my God.
It's like, okay, so maybe Alicia does have some darkness in her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And she's like, tried so hard to put it away and then it just crept back up. I don't know. We'll see. And then, what else? I also highlighted the part where Theo was like, you know, when he found out that Kathy cheated on him.
Yeah.
He was saying all this stuff. And like one thing that I was just like, why would he say that? He's like, I wanted her to look after me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't deserve her. I didn't deserve anything. So it's like his self-esteem is like trash. It's not there, you know? So it's like you're confiding in this person to look after you and to be this person for you, but they can't do that.
What I thought was interesting about that, two things. One, when he actually, after he finds out that Kathy's cheating, he goes and visits his old therapist, Ruth. Mm-hmm. And Ruth basically gives him the advice that he should leave Alicia because I'm so sorry, not Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
That is something that I'm doing in this, is that I'm almost thinking that Kathy and Alicia are the same person.
Yeah.
Like, and then Theo and Gabriel are, you know what I mean? It's like a parallel, so yeah. Anyways, not Alicia. Ruth tells Theo that he should leave Kathy because she hasn't been honest with him about how she feels, and love without honesty is not love at all. And then Theo goes, thank you for your honesty. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, like he felt love in that moment. Yeah. Like based on her phrase. Yeah. And then what he says back to her, I'm like, he really cares for this lady, you know? Mm-hmm. So I just thought that was sweet, you know?
Yeah, it's a good moment. And
let him sniff. You hear that? That's the washer.
Oh my God.
I told you, it's like somebody's breaking in.
Guys, I just heard Arian and Amber's washer, and it's scary. If you're here by yourself, I get it.
Okay. Well, any last thoughts over part 2 before we move on?
No, I just want to say that if you're reading this book, man, it's just so interesting. And if you're not reading this book, and you don't want to read, you just want to listen to us, then all right, just keep on listening.
And we apologize because we were just all over the place about
yeah, I feel like you helped
the story.
No, I feel like you helped keep me in line because I was so excited to talk about it. I was kind of going all over the place, and like you kind of went like, you know.
No, it was good. I'm glad because there were things that I forgot too, like the Barbie thing, and so crazy. That's so funny. Yeah. Okay. So yes, for our last segment, we're going to be doing unpopular opinions from Reddit, and we've each grabbed a few. Mm-hmm. So would you like to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So the first one on here, it says, morning showers make no logical sense, and night shower people have simply done the hygiene math.
Agree.
So he kind of goes on a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of read it. It says, you spend 8 hours of sleep in your own clean bed. What are you washing off at 7 a.m.? A night shower removes everything you actually accumulated during the day. The commute, the gym, the office, public transport, all of it goes down the drain before you sleep. A morning shower means you marinated in all of that overnight, then washed up before going out to collect it all again. Morning showers are a ritual for waking up which is fine, but it's not hygiene. Night showers are actual hygiene. Most people just do not want to dry their hair before bed, and that is the entire argument. What do we think?
100% agree. I like that it says that it's just like, if you shower in the morning, it's just like a refresh thing.
Yeah.
Because I agree.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always a night shower
Mm-hmm.
because I feel icky getting into the bed. You know, I feel like my legs are sticky from the day, or like, especially if we were outside. Mm-hmm. No, I'm a night shower.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like I am also a night shower, but okay, so before me and Yanine moved in, I had a lot of bouts of depression.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't like this is like TMI, right? But I wouldn't shower for many days because it just felt like a hassle.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
was
think
like,
that's relatable. A lot of people will understand that.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was me, right? But like now that I live with my partner, I feel like she helps me kind of get out of the depression, like not get out of it, but like she helps me not sink into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I'm feeling sad or whatever, either way, like I still go shower, you know? Yeah. So now I can relate to this and be like, hell yeah, like I like my night showers, like they make me feel fresh and like ready to sleep in my bed, and then I feel good. And if I want to shower the next day in the morning or something, then I will. But no, I agree with this. I don't think it applies to everybody, because some people like don't work out. Some people don't like work from home, and they're just like, I ain't gonna shower, you know? So there is some days where I'm like, I don't feel like showering, so I'm just not gonna shower. I'm gonna shower tomorrow. And that's like rare. But I usually shower every single night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Amber and I are the same way. Sometimes, I mean rarely, but sometimes we'll be like, I don't really feel like showering tonight. And usually it'll be like, it's like we both don't shower or we both shower. Because it's like, you don't want to be clean with somebody dirty, or vice versa, you know? So like, we'll just be like, we didn't do that much today. Like, we don't have to shower. And then I'll be like, yeah, we can just wash the sheets tomorrow. Yeah. You know? Like, and sometimes, because, if we sat at home all day and we didn't go out into the world, we don't have to shower. But, I agree. I definitely,
Yeah, no, I agree, too. And I kind of want to go through, like, people's comments on here, too. So, some person said, some people sweat at night, so I'm taking the shower in the morning. Another person said, my hair is greasy and matted when I wake up, and I have to look presentable at the office. If I'm washing my hair, I should just get in the shower. And then this other person said, I don't know, I think as long as you wash your ass, you're probably fine. Please. Please wash your booty hole. Another person said, or as George Carlin said, all you gotta do is wash the 4 key areas: armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. In fact, you could save even more time if you simply use the same brush on all 4 areas. I think this person was just trying to be funny.
Just start with your teeth and then throw away at the end.
And then some person said, this is explicit, so if you don't want to listen to this part, just fast forward. Sometimes I have sex at night. I also poop in the morning before my shower. The cleanest and most hygienic schedule for me is to take one in the AM. Sometimes I have to take a second one if I exercise, etc. Sure, but I never skip my AM one. And I think this is all just like, I kind of go back to what he said. Like, he's not trying to say like you don't have to shower in the morning. He's just trying to say take a shower at night because it's hygienic. Right. And then if you want to refresh in the morning because you sweated all night, take a shower in the morning.
Agreed.
So, anyways, what do y'all think?
Tell us when you shower.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, friend.
Okay. Mine is graveyards should be discontinued.
Oh.
Okay. I understand wanting to honor the dead and have a place to mourn the loss, but graveyards are large and ever-growing. The planet only has so much land on it, and we waste way too much of it burying wooden boxes with decayed corpses in them. It's not like an unsolvable issue, too. Urns and private memorials are fine substitutes. So this one, I feel kind of both ways, okay? Yeah. But the reason why I saved this one is because Amber and I have talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like, I personally don't want to be buried.
Yeah.
I would rather like be put in a tree so that I could come back as new life.
Yeah.
But it's just when you think about all the people buried.
Yeah.
And you think about how many more people are coming onto the earth.
Yeah.
And, like, how much space are we going to keep taking up before, like, it's all... Like, how long would it take? You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
I don't know. It's just kind of a strange thought when you think about it.
I do like the idea of, like you said, like, buried into, like, a pod that grows into a tree.
Yeah.
That's cool because the earth could use more trees,
Yeah.
you know? And, like, it helps with oxygen, like, clear, like, you know. Anyways. Less... What's it called?
CO2? The carbon dioxide?
Well, I was just trying to say, like, it cleanses the air, basically.
Oh, okay.
So, the oxygen is better, I guess.
Yeah.
But, no, I agree with that.
But I also understand wanting a place to go and, like they said, honor your loved one and have a specific place to go do that. So, I understand that side of it, too. But I was like...
I don't feel like I ever really go to... You know, everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
So, like... The only graveyard I go to is our dog's graveyards, and that's because we buried our dogs in the backyard at my parents' house. And so we, like, go and give flowers and, you know, talk to them and stuff back there. But I talk to dead people. That sounds weird. But, no, I talk to all of my past loved ones in my head, like, at my house, which you can
it's like
do.
their spirit is still here.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to visit where their body is laid to rest, you know?
That doesn't mean that that's where they're at. So, no, this one's interesting. I want to hear people's opinions on this one. Like, what do y'all think?
Yeah. And it's just so, like, I wonder how we got to... It's not that I think that the burying part is weird.
Yeah.
It's more so, I guess, like, the headstones and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know that somewhere, like, our bodies have to go somewhere.
Yeah. But,
I don't know. It's just, like, it's hard to verbalize it.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, I don't necessarily think, like, you need to be buried somewhere, but I also see that people, like, heal a part of themselves when they go and, you know, because in Mexico, they go to the graveyards, they go give flowers, food, and it's, like, a big thing over there, you know, and they sit there all night, and it's, like, the Day of the Dead, so, like, they celebrate their loved ones and stuff, and I feel like that heals a part of somebody or some people, even here, you know, I see it happen over there by where I live, and they celebrate, they go eat there. Yeah. And, like, their whole family comes together. So I like that part of it. Yeah. It's like, I know, I don't know. It just depends. Yeah. It's hard. That's a hard one. Yeah. 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 Very.
But that is beautiful. I think, too, even if kind of like with Day of the Dead too, even if you don't have a grave site, people still also celebrate, almost like you were saying, like their spirit is still here. Yeah. Or they believe that on that day they come and visit, you know? Yeah. So,
I do believe that, and I put up my ofrenda. I've been doing it since I bought my house. I've been doing it every year. Yeah. And it's healed a lot.
Yeah. So I feel like that's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. I like that one. Yeah. Because it's like I can't say either or. You know, it's hard.
It's like a personal preference as well, because everybody's different. Yeah. So I just feel like,
and like culture wise and stuff like that. So interesting. Okay. That's a good one. Okay. So this one is, most people do not actually like traveling. They like having traveled. So this person says, I know this sounds insane because people treat travel like the peak human experience. But a lot of the actual process kind of sucks. Airports are annoying. Packing is annoying. Sleeping somewhere unfamiliar is annoying. And half the time you're just hot, tired, hungry. And pretending a line for a famous thing is magical. What people really seem to love is the memory of it afterward. The photos, the stories, the people they did something interesting with in their life. Which is fine, honestly. I just think there is a big difference between enjoying the trip while it is happening and enjoying the idea of being someone who travels. Obviously, some people generally love every part of it, but I think for a lot of us, the highlight is talking about it later with better lighting and not jet lag. What do we think?
So I kind of agree with this one. I think I enjoy both.
Yeah.
But there are parts of travel that suck.
Yeah.
Like getting there, getting home, being tired, hot, tired, and hungry. Okay, I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
And I think that it also depends on the kind of trips that you plan as well. I feel like you need to plan things that you know you're going to like to do. If you don't want to stand in line somewhere, don't, you know?
Yeah.
But I totally get it because, you know, when you come home and you like need a day of rest from your vacation, it's like, did you really take a vacation?
Yeah.
Because the process of getting there and coming back is stressful.
Yeah.
So I totally agree.
I think for me, it's like there's a difference between a vacation and like just traveling.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like a vacation, go somewhere where you don't have to do anything. You don't have to think about anything. It is going to feel like a vacation.
Yeah.
Right? Traveling, experiencing the culture, like eating the food, talking to people, like learning about wherever it is that you went. Right? And so, like, that's the main difference. And for me, it's like, yeah, I hate packing. I freaking hate... I get anxiety every time, like, I travel. Like, they're going to stop me. Like, because I'm brown?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so...
Valid concern.
Yeah.
In our world.
Literally, though. You get, you know, stress and stuff about it. But, man, I just want to talk about the things I do love about traveling. Is like... So, me and Yanine went to Oaxaca, Mexico. Loved it. But... the bed was hard as a rock. Okay. It was freaking hot. So hot. Like, it was crazy.
They don't have AC.
There was no AC.
Yeah.
And the water ran out while we were mid-shower. So we had to shower.
Like the hot water or just water?
Water in general. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, it did not ruin our whole experience, though. Like, I still had such a great time. And... the food was amazing, and that's an experience that, you know, I always think about because it's like, yeah, like that part sucked, but it also, I don't know, it just made it more real, you know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that part of it. And when we went to Mexico City, like the bed was also hard, and like, you know, I'm skinny, so all my bony prominences were literally hurting, but I loved like being able to walk everywhere, like the culture, the music, the food, especially. I always travel for the food.
Yeah.
And like when we went to Canada, like, you know, like it was beautiful. It was for my birthday, and like we just wanted to relax, and like our mornings were just special. Like I got to spend time with my girlfriend, my two best friends, and you know, we had a coffee, and like the views were so beautiful, and our breakfast was always so nice, and we went hiking. Man, that hiking was long. It was so like 4 hours. I don't even know. It was so long.
It was so long.
And it was so worth it though.
Yeah.
You know, the view was beautiful. The experience was fun. And like even traveling back and forth from the hiking trip was nice because of all the trees, you know? And I don't know. I feel like every traveling experience for me so far has been amazing. And I think it's because of the people that I traveled with.
Yeah.
You know, it just makes it better. Like if I had traveled with somebody that, you know, didn't really like doing the things that I like to do, and maybe I wouldn't enjoy it as much. Or it's like a forced travel, then I would feel exactly what he's talking about. But anyways, I kind of ranted. I'm sorry.
No, I love the perspective of traveling versus a vacation because they're not always going to be the same.
Yeah.
You know? And I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
You know? Because I'm thinking if I'm off work, I'm on vacation, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. But, yeah, so that's a good point. And I think maybe more so people feel that way with traveling then, you know?
Yeah.
It's maybe not so fun in the moment, but getting to experience, and then you get to, you know, have those memories after.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
Yeah, because for me also it's like, yeah, we take pictures, and like it reminds us. I feel like the pictures, I don't really be like, look guys, look at these pictures that we took. I look at the pictures and remember the exact time that we were there, and just like the memories come back about how I felt in that moment. Yeah. So that's the way I see it. I don't see it as like, I'm going to take all these pictures, I'm going to post it, I'm going to tell everybody where I went. Like, no, like those pictures are for my benefit. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then also it's like, you're supposed to feel exhausted after traveling, because it is exhausting, you know? And like, a vacation, that's what I'm saying, like a vacation, you're supposed to feel rested.
Yeah.
So don't think that when you travel to like a different country and like walk a lot and like eat great food and talk to people, that you're gonna feel rested when you get back, because you're not.
Yeah.
Take a vacation after that.
Or get home early so that you can relax at the Airbnb or something.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. I do want to read some of the comments that people posted. So this person said, I love traveling in the moment. What I don't like is flying. That's a pain in the ass. And I'm too cheap to splurge for business class. I mean, same. I'm not going to splurge on business.
No, we're going to pay for things there.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to take the cheap way to get there.
Exactly. And then another comment said,
Rocket.
I love traveling in the moment. Oh, wait. No, I read that. Sorry. This person says, seriously, I love flying. Maybe not the 12-hour flights, but in general, I love staying in hotels. I love discovering new foods and seeing new things, or even revisiting beautiful places. Reason why people keep doing it is because in the moment experiences are great.
Yeah.
And I agree. I feel like every comment here is kind of telling the same thing. Like, you know, this other person that I just posted this comment on here because I was like, this is so funny and relatable. This person says, I just like not going to work.
That's what I mean. If I'm not at work, I'm on vacation.
Yeah. So anyways, tell us what you think about that.
Yeah, and I think also it's just people's personal preferences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to depend on how they, you know, if they don't like being away from home or they get anxiety being away from home, they're probably not going to enjoy traveling that much. Mm-hmm. Or, like you said, some people with a hard bed, that may be a deal breaker for them.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So I think that it's just about people's preferences and their perspectives on what they're wanting to get out of their time. So,
yeah. And then, you know, when you go to places like even in Europe or like Janine went to Germany and she didn't have AC. They opened the windows. Mm-hmm. So don't expect other places to be exactly how it is here in the US because it won't be. And your expectations should not be the same. And you're supposed to experience those things. You're supposed to experience how those people are living and, you know, enjoying every minute of it. And then maybe also it makes you realize like, damn, like we have it good over there. Or wow, like I could not live here. You know, a lot of traveling for me, I think also is I want to experience the whole world because what if I want to live there one day? You know, I don't know. Yeah. I just like it.
Okay. This is something I feel strongly about, so that's why I saved it.
Okay.
Holidays would be more enjoyable without the stress of gift giving. I know I talked to you about this before. Yeah. Okay. Something I've grappled with the older I get is the less things I need or want. Financially, I'm at a solid position where if I want something, purchasing it is not a financial wall or obstacle to obtain it. I've observed that this sentiment is not received well around the holidays with some family members, in which they feel obligated to purchase something, either expensive and over the top, even though I do not need anything, and take offense to me saying so. Additionally, from the giving perspective, how do you purchase something for someone that also has everything? I know some will say it's the thought that counts, which I would agree in the sense of someone going out of their way to make your favorite dish or meal. I feel that holidays such as Christmas should focus more around the company of others, eating, drinking, and conversation, rather than the exchange of goods, strictly for adults. Children are not part of this discussion, which corporations have made more important than anything. If you disagree, why is gift giving important to you or necessary for the holidays? I just loved this one because this is 100% how I feel. I feel like specifically when you talk about Christmas and the holidays here, there is so much pressure about gift giving, you know? And I think that if you have something in your mind that you want to give to somebody, or, you know, I'm not saying gift giving in general, but it's like when you add the pressure of it, it's like, oh, we have to exchange gifts. We have to do this. We have to, like, it just kind of takes the fun out of it and takes it puts on a negative pressure. And I just hate that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
It and really, you go.
Ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, it really should be about the company of others, you know, like, and this is something that I feel like my family has done different years too. Like, we've kind of changed it up over the years. When I first moved out, like our first couple Christmases, my mom and I would send each other gifts, things that we wanted and needed. And you know what we got? The things that we wanted and needed. Yeah. And that's what we liked about it, you know? Yeah. So for those years, that took the pressure off. Another year, we were like, I really don't need any more things. I don't really have the money to spend. So last year we did a re-gift. We put together like a gifted basket, and then we did like a white elephant with a re-gift.
Yeah.
You know? So I just feel like there's other ways to do it, and you don't always have to do it the way that other people do it.
Yeah.
You know, put something, like, make it enjoyable, whatever that looks like to you.
Yeah, without the pressure.
Yes.
Yeah. With this, I really agree 100%. I think as you get older, you realize you realize that Christmas and the holidays are really just about spending time with the people that you love and care about. And that quality time means more than any gift would.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I also started making stuff for, like, obviously you guys know I like to make stuff with clay, or last year I made everybody's Christmas card. I drew it, and I loved it. It was so much fun. It, my creative side came out, and I also made a bunch of stuff with clay, and I gifted that, and it took the pressure off, but also made it fun for me. So if you like DIY stuff, that's what I did. Pinterest, DIY, what can I make for Christmas? Cool, that's what I'm going to make. Awesome. And, if these people really care about you, it's not going to matter. You know what I mean? They just want to spend time with you. And I think that's the most important thing. And, for people that have to travel to see their family, the fact that you travel to go see them, that's a gift in itself,
Yeah, spending all the money to get there.
Yeah, the flight, like the PTO time you took out of your job. Like, I just feel like she said, when you get older, things shift. You start to realize what's important. To me, I love Christmas, but my favorite is New Year's Eve. And that is because it's bringing the new year with the people that you love most. And that's like, oh my God, I'm getting emotional because it's just, that's what's important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the people that you care about, and just spending time together, eating good food, and that's all.
Yeah. And I love New Year's too. I told you last year, I'm like, this is definitely my favorite holiday because it's like a fresh start almost, which, I mean, a lot of people take it negatively. They're like, oh, New Year's resolutions, I never stick to them. But it's something about, like, you get to reflect on the past year. You have a new, fresh start. You can change up anything that you want to do. And then, when you get to bring it in with the people that you love, and it's just so, it's just, like, magical. I don't know what.
No, I agree. How it feels. And I'm just so thankful that this year I get holidays off.
Yeah.
And I get off early, and I get to be here early.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah. Tell us what you think.
Yes. I love it. I don't care about gifts. And you know what? Anyway, I'm not saying I don't care about gifts, because Arian literally made me some coasters. And I know we talked about this before. And, one of those things that you put on your desk.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Desk pad?
Desk pad. She made that herself. It's like one of my favorite gifts ever. And she made it. And like she said, it's not perfect, but for me it was perfect. And I use those coasters every day. I don't know. I do love gifts, but I'm saying, like, you don't have to gift me anything.
Yeah.
And if you make it, that's even better.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's about the thought and whatever looks best for you and your family. Something else I'll say on this too is, like, that's kind of how Amber and I are as well with our birthdays. We do get each other gifts, but we don't focus on that. We'll either go on, like, a special date that the other person planned for the birthday person, or do an experience together, or just, like, just spend quality time,
Yeah. It's just harder also to gift when you're older, like.
Yeah, it's like, I don't need. Could I use another candle? Yes, I will eventually burn the candle, but it doesn't you don't have to feel the pressure of it,
Right.
So.
No, I agree. You know how Arian passed her CPC exam anyways? I made her a card and, bought her a few little things, but my favorite thing out of that whole thing was the card.
Yeah.
Like, for me, that
Mine
I
too.
made. You know what I mean? Because it was fun to make it. And I thought it was cute.
Cry. And it was sweet, Like, it doesn't have to be. You could have taken all the other stuff out and just given me the card. And the fact that you, like, not only drew in it, drew it and wrote in it, you know, like that's the part that means the most. And that's the part that I put in my box and I'll read later again and again, you know. When I get a card from somebody, I keep it out for like, I don't know, maybe a week or two because I'll go back and reread it. Like, I feel like the first time I read it, it's like, the person's in front of me, so I'm like reading it fast. And I feel like a little, you know, nervous reading it. But then I put it to the side, and later I'll read it again. And then like in a couple days, I'll read it again. I don't know why, but I just like seeing it. And then eventually I'll put it away in my sentimental box.
No, agreed. Love it.
Yeah.
The last one is narrating your life out loud when you're home alone is actually elite, not weird.
Narrating?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just thought this was interesting. This person said, I do it constantly and I'm not ashamed. I turn boring chores into my own little reality show. All right, bestie, let's smash these dishes. Dramatic fridge opening. What treasures await? Oh no, I dropped that sock again. Classic. It makes me laugh and the silence feels way less depressing.
Okay. I kind of like that. It's like talking to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like for the people that work from home, aka me and you.
Yeah.
This is so funny. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you talk to yourself a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't narrate. So that's an interesting, like, maybe we should try.
I know. I really like this. And I was like, wow, I never thought about that. You know, because I do be talking to the dogs like, okay, babies, mommy will be back. Or I'll be like, mommy loves you. Or... and you know, Frida and Wrigley, which is our dogs, they're Yanine's dogs, right? Yeah. But, you know, we're together, so they're ours. And I'll always be like, mommy number 2 or something like that. I say something else. I'll figure it out and then I'll come back to that. But I will talk to them, but like, I will talk to myself sometimes, but I don't narrate. So yeah, maybe I should try it. I don't know.
I agree. I'll talk to myself like, what was I doing? Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. Or something like that, you know? But I don't say like, I don't know, whatever they said. Like, okay, time to switch the laundry now.
All right, bestie. Let's not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't be doing that, but that's funny. I just want to know, do other people do that? Do y'all do that? I want to know.
Yeah, tell us.
People in the comments said, I do that involuntarily. I would literally play out hypothetical conversation or replay conversations that happened in the past in my head and speak things out. I would also voice out replies that I think are more accurate and refined compared to what I said it to someone in the past.
Huh.
Interesting. But I don't think that's narrating, though.
No, but it's interesting that she says it out loud.
Yeah.
You know?
This person said, my therapist was actually happy and kind of proud when I told her I do this. She said it's a good thing. It kind of helps me regulate my emotions a bit.
It also kind of romanticizes your life. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just, even though it's just you, like, you're still having a good time. You're still, like, bringing life to your day. You know, I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like it, too. That's why I put it on here, because I'm like, this is so interesting. Yeah. This other person put, I talk to my cat, but would probably talk to myself if I didn't have a cat. I love being like, all right, Siggy, I got to do my chores now, in hopes that she'll lay in my lap and give me an excuse to put it off. And I just thought this one was interesting, and I feel like I need to research to see if it's true.
Okay.
But this person said, actually, it helps prevent dementia. Narrating your life.
I feel like that could be true. I feel like anything to work a certain part of your brain, right, is,
Yeah, that seems valid, right?
Yeah.
And, like, also the thing I also realize is that I feel like during the day, I'm quiet. There's nobody to talk to. I work from home. I don't talk to anybody on the phone. I'll text every now and then. That's it. And when I do talk to myself, I talk to myself in my brain.
Yeah.
And with the dogs, I'll say stuff out loud, obviously. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it and I'll let y'all know what I think about it next week. Or the week after that. It's going to be hard
to remember to do it.
Yes. So, anyways, guys, let me know. If y'all do it, if y'all don't, if y'all are going to try it.
Yes. This, I feel like, is such a good point. Okay. If the clocks were to spring forward an hour at noon on Friday, nobody would be complaining about daylight savings time.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's so true. Yeah. And why not 4 o'clock on Friday?
Yeah.
Let's, make it 5 o'clock already, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Likewise, if the clocks were to fall back at 7 a.m. Monday morning. It's doing it on the weekend that's problematic. Yes, it would still get dark early in the winter in the northern latitudes, but people travel one time zone all the time without any ill effects. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I'm like, Amber said something yesterday about this girl who was describing some way that we should do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that somebody in the comments was like, we will never do that. It's way too straightforward and good for everybody, so we will never do it. And I feel like that's the same thing with daylight savings time.
Yeah.
It's like, that is a perfect way to make it convenient for everybody, but we would never do that because it's too straightforward. And the U.S. doesn't operate like that.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I feel like something needs to change because, you know, working at the hospital, when I was working at the hospital as a nurse, you would have to stay 1 extra hour. 13 hours, guys. 13 hours. Not just 13 hours, but we have to give report. We have to finish our task. Then that goes into 14 hours.
Because you were working overnight.
Yeah. You know how unsafe that is? Like, that should be illegal, you know? And not just that, but the times for medications change. The times for, like, I don't know, like, let's say they're doing this, they need this medication at this certain time, but then it conflicts with other medications. Like, it just affects a lot. And I just don't think that that's something that needs to be done. And if it could be later in time, or like you said, like, I don't know. I just don't think we should have it at all, honestly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and there's also something, I don't remember what it's called. My weatherman talked about it the other day. There's this universal time that the weather people use, I guess.
Yeah.
That all the systems update at the same time. And I was like, why don't we just use the universal time?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't understand. It doesn't really save daylight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't want to keep doing this. And, you know, even though, like, obviously I work from home now, so it doesn't matter. But for all the people that work in healthcare or in the hospital, not even in like healthcare, for example, but like in the hospital, it just affects you, you know, like you should not be working that much time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. And you know, at work, they actually say that 16 hours, not my job right now, but at the hospital, is the max that you can work a day. 16 hours.
That's way too much.
I know.
Because then that only gives you 8 hours of the rest of the day, right?
Yeah.
So
To
you
sleep.
have to get home, eat your dinner,
Yeah.
sleep, then wake up, get ready, eat, go back to work.
Yeah.
All in 8 hours.
I know.
Which means realistically you'll probably get only 6 hours of sleep, and that's being generous.
I know.
To get home, shower, eat, and get to bed in 1 hour.
Yeah. And that's for people that don't have the responsibility of having kids. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
I feel like more people would say they don't even want daylight savings times. Like, let's just stop doing that.
I think so too.
So
yeah.
why don't we just listen to the people?
Yeah.
And stop it.
Or if you're going to have it, at least make it convenient.
Yeah.
Give us an hour on Friday and an hour on Monday.
Yeah.
Or take an hour on Friday, and give us an hour on Monday.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
All right. The last one.
Okay.
This says, the skip intro button on streaming services is a tragedy for show creators.
Huh.
This person said, the theme song and opening credits are supposed to set the mood and get you into the headspace of the story. By skipping it, we are turning shows into just contents to be consumed as fast as possible. We are losing the ritual of watching a great series. What do you think?
As a user of the skip intro button,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I watch the intro. Okay, like, I'm a binge watcher when it comes to anime.
Mm-hmm.
I love the intro. I love the intro.
Yeah.
But after like the 8th episode,
I'm tired of it.
I just want to watch, you know what I mean? I agree with that. I don't think you should skip it on the first episode at least.
Yes,
right?
I feel like you should watch it on the
Yeah.
first time. Because I feel like the intros are very interesting sometimes. They kind of give you a glimpse into what the show is about.
Yeah.
They do set the mood.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, I will watch it the first few times.
Mm-hmm.
But once I know it, it's getting skipped.
Yeah. And I just feel like if I'm going to binge watch like these 12 episodes of this anime, because you know what? Yeah, okay. I do that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it the whole time, like the intro the whole entire time, right?
Yeah.
But I will watch it on either like the last 2 episodes or like the last episode.
Because you're like feeling sentimental about it leaving.
Exactly. So, anyways.
Something that I'll say that is coming to my mind is like there are certain shows that I will watch the intro.
Yeah.
Friends, I watch the intro. It's short. It's just like the song is catchy. Also, some intro that's coming to mind right now is One Tree Hill. I feel like that song is iconic.
Yeah.
And also Smallville. Did you ever watch Smallville?
I loved Smallville, yes.
Me too. And I am just, ever since you said about the intro song, that song has been playing in my head. Yeah. And it's making me feel like warm and cozy. Like I want to watch it. Yeah. And so Smallville as well. I just loved that intro video.
If you talking about Smallville, I mean, this isn't even anything about Smallville, but if you've ever watched Supernatural, you know the Wayward Son song intro. That one was like one of the best song intro, and I will listen to that every single time.
I'm gonna have to listen to it because I don't know what you're talking about.
You need to. Yeah. It's so good. And I kind of want to read some of the comments.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this person said, when you watch an episode a week, it works fine. When you watch 6 episodes in an evening, it isn't required.
Agreed.
100%.
Yes.
This other person said, I always watch the intro on the very first and then the very last episode. And I agree with that. Like, I watch, like, the last 2 or something, you know? This other person said, part for mood setting, part for respect for the craft. Agreed.
I can see that too, because I'm thinking about if I was in the industry and I spent all this time orchestrating the intro to make it bomb and like seeing how much work and artistic creativity that goes into it, I would be a little disappointed seeing somebody skip the intro. Yeah. You know what I mean? But so for that reason, I can see, you know, but again, if you're watching 6 episodes in a row, I don't need to see it every time.
Yeah. This last person said, I will watch the intro to the Golden Girls always.
Okay.
Man, that show I used to watch all the time. Because when I was working at the hospital, I worked in med-surg, and there was like a lot of older people. Yeah. You know what I mean? I worked on the cancer floor. And so sometimes I would have to watch, like, you know, dementia patients or Alzheimer's patients. We would just sit there and watch Golden Girls. So, like, that just brings back memories. And I'm like, I'd watch the freaking intro to that.
What is that intro like?
That's kind of hard to explain, but it's literally these 3 old ladies. And it's, like, about their life. But I can't even remember, like, the music or anything like that. Okay. But anyways, it was good. Yeah. They're funny. And you know who's on there? Betty. Wait, Betty, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on there. Yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah. Anyways,
why did you just rock out to R.I.P.?
I don't know. But I just want to hear y'all's thoughts. That's my last one. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about that.
I love that one. I like that perspective. Okay, my last one is just like kind of... I specifically searched this out because I wanted to know if anybody felt the same. Okay. Soft/soggy French fries are better than crispy ones. Because this is how I feel. So I specifically searched Reddit, Unpopular Opinions, for soggy fries. Okay, think about it. You taste and feel more of the soft and fluffy interior. Also, because they're soft, they're more malleable. Say, for instance, you're at a place that gives you small containers of ketchup or sauce. All you would have to do is push the fry in, and voila, the entire fry is covered in sauce. With crispy fries, sometimes you can only get the tip, or at most...
This is funny.
It's an art, okay? Okay. Yeah. Or at most, awkwardly try to coat the fry in sauce while dealing with its rigidity. The absolute...
Why is this so funny? Okay, continue.
Because it's like a little bit... like a wiener.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, rigidity. I think they're talking about the crinkle flour fries. Oh, shoot.
Okay. The absolute worst kind of fry is a crispy one, especially if it's a thin fry. It'll be all crunchy exterior with none of the inner fluffy goodness. Okay, thoughts before I get on my soapbox?
Yeah.
What?
That's crazy. I like crunchy fries.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have a mixture of both. Yeah. Like, I want it crunchy, but I also want it fluffy on the inside. Don't just give me crunch.
Yeah.
And I feel like Yanine, my partner, likes just the crunch. She like searches for the crunchy.
That's Amber too.
But I like both.
Yeah. Okay, my top 2 types of fries is soggy. If I can pick it up and wiggle it and it wiggles, I will do a wiggle test on my fries. You can ask Amber. Sharon, I'll pick it up and give it a wiggle. Okay. That's number 1 always. Okay. My second favorite type of fry is the one that has like been soaked in grease almost.
Okay.
So it's super crispy, but it's like a flaky crispy kind of fry. Oh. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's very specific. It's not just crispy. Yeah, okay.
It's flaky.
Yes. It's like flaky. Those are so good. Yeah. That is the only type of crispy I prefer. I still eat fries if they're crispy, crunchy, soft, whatever. Yeah. Because I'm a potato lover. Yeah. But same. Yeah, soggy fries, they have my heart.
Oh my god. I feel like a lot of people are like, I feel like this is a battle of the fry.
Yeah, I feel like people are gonna disagree a lot because nobody likes a soggy fry, but I do.
I like both. Yeah. I will eat a soggy fry and I will eat a crunchy fry.
And listen, that's fine. If you don't like soggy fries, that's more for me, so I don't really care.
Yeah, I do like that part. I do like when Yanina and I are sharing fries and she just goes for all the crispy ones and I just eat the rest. Yeah. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then when we're done eating fries, like whether we share or we have our own, at the end, you know, there's always like all those bits at the bottom. I always give those to Amber because she just pours them in her mouth and she just loves the crunch.
Janine loves a little fries.
The little bits.
Little bits.
Yeah. But that's my last one. That was just like a little like fun one. Yeah. That I seeked out.
Let us know, man. Which fry you like best.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Arian almost fell. All right, guys.
Well, yep, that's all we have for today. Those are our segments.
I hope that you guys take something from this and hope you enjoyed the book. And if you don't want to keep reading it but want to keep listening to us, come back. Let us know if we should do more Reddit stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff is fun.
Yeah. I think it's fun too because you get other people's opinions. And they can be kind of crazy and they can be just like... They can just be any kind of opinion, but somebody might feel that way too, you know?
And it's good because it starts like a lot of conversation. Yeah. So if you guys have responses to any of those, just put them down in the comments.
Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Bye. Bye.